Ladies and gentlemen, geeks and nerds, welcome to another exciting episode of Kugali Spotlight. Today I have one of my favorite guests on the show, Mr. Etubi Onucheyo, aka the Mumu Illustrator. Hi Etubi.
How far, man?
I'm alright. Now, we've interviewed you before on our blog, and we eventually printed that interview on the Kugali magazine. And so, yeah, and like we've had many conversations on Twitter. So even though we've not met in person, I feel like I kind of know you, at least your artistic side. But I would always doing more interviews is always fun for me. So tell our audience about yourself. Who is Etubi?
All right. My name is Etubi Onucheyo. I'm a freelance digital illustrator living in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm the creator of Moomoo Juju. I used to do it in my free time, but now we're lucky enough to have it coming out serially with Kugali Anthology.
Yeah. So, tell us about Moomoo Juju. In a nutshell, if someone told you have 20 seconds to pitch Moomoo Juju to them, what would you say? 20 seconds.
A tale of death. A tale of death to a deity between friends.
Right. A tale of death.
And I mean death to death, not death.
Yeah. So you said between friends. I remember you once told me Moomoo Juju is all about friendships or relationships, or what was it you said? Companionship.
Yeah, relationships, about the pairing relationships.
Where is it set? Like, is it in Nigeria or?
Yeah, it's set in a land based off Nigeria. It's a fancy land based off Nigeria. A lot of elements are taken from Nigeria, especially the dialogue and some locations, or rather some landmarks.
Oh, right. Like which landmarks? I haven't noticed any so far, and I've read 3 issues.
Well, okay, yeah, because I've not started posting them, but it's just very ancient stuff, like ancient castles of the emirs in the north, the Benin Kingdom, but none of them are actually like, I don't reference them. I just use them as reference. They're not actually the Benin Kingdom or anything. I just use them as reference.
Oh, okay. I imagine right from your childhood, you've been creating stories and comics. And when you decided to go professional and release something to the public, why did you decide on Moomoo Juju? Why not any of your other creations? Do you think this one was like your best, or?
Well, it's because it was at first it was easier to do. It was going to be a series of just one-offs, little Monster of the Week stories. But then one of my friends read one of the stories. I heard about my intentions and said I should try and put in a story of some sort, even if I wanted to be a Monster of the Week. And it turned out to be this. But then for my other creations, I already even started another comic. My actual comic that I thought that I would be doing right now is called Den Iska. But then I decided to do Moomoo Juju because it was going to be like history for Den Iska.
Oh, right. So this other comic is set in the present day of Moomoo Juju. Like if Moomoo Juju was set in the past. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Moomoo Juju is like history for Den Iska. Den Iska is like set in future points, like let's say present day or slightly ahead of us. But it's the same universe, it's the same world, just different times.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
what does Den Iska mean?
It's an insult in Hausa. It's but literally it translates to son of air. Son of air. But then for regular. Yeah, Den Iska, the son of air, but it means in Hausa. It means somewhere that is not doesn't have any, somewhere that just goes to the wind. It doesn't have any. It's a person of no current ambition.
You know, your sense of humor. So you name your comic Moomoo Juju, and Mumu is like fool or idiot, and then Juju is magic, black magic, voodoo, like they would call it in some places. So you have something that translates loosely to like stupid magic or
Yeah,
idiotic magic, or I don't know. I don't
foolish
even know
magic. Yeah,
how I would. And then now you have something that translates to ambitionless guy that is that is blown about by the wind. Like, are you? Do I haven't met you in person, but do you? Does this humor permeate your entire being? Is this how you are, like all day, every day?
well, I would like to say no, so that people think I'm a normal human being and not have problems with me. But it is, it's a good portion of my life. I'm usually not taking things seriously or not letting people take things seriously.
Right, right. Because like even in Moomoo Juju, I see the characters break the fourth wall. They are aware that they are in a comic, and the
Yeah,
very Deadpoolish in the way they crack their jokes. Are you going to do that in Dennis
yeah.
Star as well?
No, dance guy is going to be very serious. They're not going to know. They're not going to know.
Okay, that should be interesting. A serious
But
thing.
there's a character. There's a character that cuts across two of
Okay.
them. There's a character that I used to cut across two of them. That's like a time traveler that goes in between both worlds.
Ah,
He still breaks the fourth wall
oh,
in Dennis guy, but
okay.
he will just be seen as a
Oh,
mad
that's
person.
cool. Is have I seen this character yet in Mumu Juju?
No. He's. But I've shown pictures of him. I've shown pictures of him before.
Okay, so what kind of emotions do you want people to experience by the time they are done reading Mumu Juju?
I hope to invoke a good one. I hope to invoke a good one, like a sense of you enjoyed the whole journey, and now that has come to an end, there's conclusion. Yeah, I want to be a feeling of completion rather than I want to be whole. I want to be whole in the sense that the ending is fulfilling to the whole journey after all the stress, after all the rubbish they go through. Let it be worth it.
Oh, right. So, um, is there any like deep lesson or a big meaning to everything, or is just entertainment? Because I mean, Momo Juju doesn't take itself seriously, but are you burying some maybe deeper message somewhere in there?
Well, yeah. Hopefully, by the time I get further in, I can say definitely what it is. But then, as now, I would like to say there's no. I don't think the moral is not clear to me, but I know the end. But I don't know what I would personally want to people to take away from me yet. But then the moral is the story is definitely done. At least I know where it's gonna end.
Oh, okay. So, do you picture sometimes Momo Juju as a movie or TV show? Do you see it in animated form or live action?
Oh yeah. I see it all the time.
So,
I see it all the
which
time.
form, live action or animation?
Animation, 2D animation, man. Sometimes 3D, but 2D.
Ah,
Because apart from that's my main medium. Apart from that's my main medium. But I don't know. There's nothing that gets me like 2D animation.
oh, okay, cool. So,
Called all the work they put in.
so that means some of the best Pixar movies or like 3D animated movies, they didn't quite get you as well as much as some of the best 2D animated movies did.
No, they won't.
Okay, so what type of music do you imagine someone's watching this Mumu Juju animated show? What kind of music do you imagine in the background?
I think we've discussed this before now. Afro rock. There has to be guitars blaring, drums, and maybe screaming. Maybe screaming.
Do you have any example of an Afro rock song? Because like off the top of my head, not to mind.
No, not with what I'm thinking, not with what I'm thinking. But I have friends in the studio that are very I don't know. The musicians in the studio are very crazy. I'm sure if I pitch the idea to them, they'll jump on it.
Nice. Can't wait. Original Mumu Juju music with like a new, what's the word? Almost creating a new genre of African music. So hopefully,
Actually, yeah, just a proper score. It will be a proper score now.
yeah. So if we hit some of our stretch goals on our current Kickstarter campaign, I mean, we're already funded, so that's awesome. And we've already hit the first stretch goal of having an art book
Yeah, we've already
Yeah.
smashed one now. We've already
Yeah, so
smashed
we're going
one.
to have an art book with like behind the scenes artwork apart from what's in the actual comic. But then um, if we get to £20,000 raised, then we can make a motion
Yeah,
comic of one of our titles. Now we have 6 titles in the Kugali anthology, so probably we'll let the Kickstarter backers vote for which one they want to see in motion comic form. But if we hit £25,000, then we have enough money to make motion comics of all the titles, and that's what I'm really looking forward to because it's hard for me to pick one. I want to see almost all of them in motion comic form, and
Brad, I even miss it. I don't even want. I I don't even want my comic to be the one at the expense of this guy's own. What's his name? Juniper. I love that his stuff, man. I love his comic.
I know, right? I know. So what I'm thinking, let's assume we've got this motion comic. We have enough to fund all the motion comics, and we're doing Moomoo Juju. So your guys at the studio do your Afro rock beats for us to use with the motion comics. Then my question is, what kind of voice acting would you want? I mean, Mortar and Pestle, are they going to sound like Yoruba guys, Igbo guys? Tell me a bit more. And can you speak Hausa? Because if you name this your comic after a Hausa phrase, from your name I know you're Igbo.
Yeah, I can speak Hausa. Not professionally, but
So you grew up. You didn't grow up in Abuja.
No, I didn't. I grew up in Kano.
Kano, wow. So you're Igbo, but you grew up in Kano. So you can speak both Igbo.
I'm not even Igbo. I'm not
Really?
even Igbo.
Onucheyo really sounds Igbo.
Yeah, I don't know why people assume that, but I'm not Igbo. I'm Igala.
You're Igala, wow. You know that Cheyo, it just sounds Igbo. Right, okay. So
I don't like the way you
I've
speak
learned
about my
something new. So you speak Hausa, and well, like I was saying, the original question: what kind of voice acting would you want in a Moomoo Juju motion comic or animation?
Well, I don't know. In the motion comic, I will try to avoid voices. In the comic, if it's a motion comic, I'll avoid voices for that point because of just to ease the work. To ease the work, I'll avoid voices. I'll just do the sounds. I just have sound effects. I'll have sound effects, and the sound effects will now be what will have words. Like I'll have pitch. I'll have somebody say pitch. All this kind of yeah. But then for the motion comic, there won't be actual words. There won't be actual dialogue. This thing will pop up. Yeah, if it was gonna do that, this thing will pop up. But then at the same time, that's basically what I'll do.
Okay, so in a full animated version, what do you imagine Mortar having, like, I don't know, a Yoruba man's intonation, or Pestle having like an Igbo man's intonation? How do they sound in your head when you're writing them?
Definitely, what's his name? Piston is going to be a Hausa man.
Okay.
He's not really a Hausa man. He's going to be Fulani. He's going to be
Okay.
Fulani. He's going to be Fulani Hausa. He's going to be Fulani Hausa because that's the mixture I'm exposed to.
Okay.
Then Mota is going to be a very pompous Igbo man.
He does have that feel. And what?
Yeah, because his own origins. I base his own origins off Igbo traditions.
Okay, and what?
And then
What about Kenga and E?
oh, Kenga and E, those ones. They are very Igbo.
Nice.
Well, not, but Kenga is very learned. He's very learned. He might not notice his own. I won't have anybody. He'll be very articulate. He'll speak very clearly. You won't know that he's Igbo because of he's a god.
Somehow that just reminds me of this comic called Orisha Pikin, because the idea of a deity going to school. I think Orisha Pikin is like one of the only comics I've seen where we have that idea. But have you seen Orisha Pikin?
Yeah, I think this is not under Vortex.
Yes, it's under Vortex Comics.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so rounding up, outside of comics, what kind of, like, do you see your art career heading that more in the route of full comics?
Well, currently my career looks like I'm going to be a proper artist. I'm going to be a proper artist in the sense of I'll be doing exhibitions, sort of the kind of my personal stuff, apart from Mumu Juju, is very ethereal. Like I'm always playing around with feelings and colors and what the just playing around with lofty thoughts in the sense of just having things not in their natural position. Sorry, a bit of surrealism and everything. Just a mixture. I don't know what I'm doing. My friends, my very close friends say it's abstract, but they can't tell me what to.
When you say a bit of surrealism, I've seen the artwork you've done for some musicians for their album art or song art, and I've seen your art collection. This is who we are, but you didn't care. The artwork is breathtaking. It's one of the things that just endeared me to you. I'm like, okay, this guy is by far one of the best artists I've seen in Nigeria. But yeah, tell us a bit about that project. This is who we are, but you didn't care.
That was a set of illustrations I did for a festival that is yet to come to, but it's still in the works. I was asked to create a set of illustrations that showed fashion, creativity, and new arts in the sense that it was digital art. So what I did was I carried a bunch of people wearing urban clothing with African masks. I just had them with the colors, the little elements that concern the what you may call it, the festival. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed the series thoroughly. It was really enjoyable. I did everything within a week. And I have like 20 illustrations out of those things. I did everything in a week.
Did you sleep that week?
I think so.
Wow. That's awesome. So, yeah, any final words, anything you'd like to say to the people watching this interview?
All right, let me just give me small time. Let me think of something deep, something to buzz their heads. Nah, actually, I have nothing. I just it's just to tell guys, man, keep pushing, man. This art life is not joke. It's not joke. Sometimes it gets uselessly hard, and we have to. All we have is each other, man.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, you can get Moomoo Juju Pidgin English flashcards as part of the rewards for backing us on Kickstarter. It's this little like business card size cards with Moomoo Juju characters teaching you Pidgin English. So do check that out. So it's been fun, Etubi. I hope to do more of these in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Etubi Onucheyo, the Moomoo illustrator.
Haha, see you guys.